Yeah, real voices, real talk. Yeah. This is the Just Talk Black Show with DJ Purpose. Every Thursday, 7 p.m. sharp. Every story, every struggle, every win we claim. We speak it loud, but respect on our name. Yeah. Let's talk black, we shine, we grow. Building up the people every Thursday on the Just Talk Black Show. From pain into pride, let the whole world know we're unfiltered, unite. Just Talk Black Show. We speak on the struggles, we celebrate with voices from the block to the boardroom within. Our stories connect us, it's deeper than chat. It's love, it's respect. Just Talk Black, Just Talk Black Show. Say it loud, let's talk black, Just Talk Black Show. Rise together, let's talk black show. Yeah. Just Talk Black Show. Oh yeah. Just Talk Black Show.
Hello guys, welcome to the Just Talk Black Show. Today, I'm literally not supposed to be on today. I'm looking a bit of a mess and stuff, but it's my birthday today. So I am going to be handing over to our guest host, which will be Leon, who has been on the show before. But before I literally do that, I just want to welcome everybody to the Just Talk Black Show. If this is your first time, I am welcoming you to the Just Talk Black Show. And today's topic is about healthy love, guys, in the black community. And we'll be touching on other little bits and pieces to do with black relationships. So if you are new, I ask you, please subscribe to the channel. Help this channel to grow. This is a black channel for the black community. When you do subscribe, you will be notified of when we go live. And we literally go live every Thursday. We have new guests on the show, different topics as well. And guys, what makes it so fun is that you guys can literally phone in. There is a phone line, if you see at the bottom, 07471539533. Take that number down and just wait till the host tells you to ring in. He will let you know when to ring in if you got any questions you want to ask, or even your own experience that you've been through that you want to talk about on the show as well. That's what makes it that fun. And that's what makes the Just Talk Black Show different as well. So I encourage you guys definitely to call in. But I am going to put a little audio in, and we have to do this on every show. So I'm going to play the disclaimer fee. So just to protect our guest and the host and everybody else, you will know. So I'm just going to quickly play this for you guys. So just give us a minute.
Just Talk Black Show. Disclosure Statement. Disclaimer. The views and opinions shared on the Just Talk Black Show are those of the hosts and guests, and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the show, its sponsors, or affiliates. This show is a space for open, honest, and respectful dialogue within the Black community. Some conversations may include sensitive topics, strong language, or personal opinions that are intended to spark thought and encourage positive change. Listener discretion is advised. All guests are responsible for the accuracy of their statements and agree to participate voluntarily. By appearing on the show, guests give permission for their audio, video, and likeness to be recorded and distributed across Just Talk Black's platforms. Let's talk real. Let's talk truth. Let's just talk black.
So guys, that is literally it. And what I'm also going to ask you to do when you are joining as well, please get the thumbs up. I really want to push this channel, guys. I really want to push this channel. This channel is helping so many people. Literally, people are getting out that's never even done a podcast before, that's coming on the Just Talk Black Show. So please, let's push the channel up. Let's get the thumbs up. Literally, guys, the thumbs up is there. Put your questions also in the chat as well. I can bring that up as well. But you know what? As I said, it is my birthday today. Looking a bit rough. Gonna basically sort myself out. But I'm going to hand over to the guests right now, with the host and the guest right now. So that's it for me. You might see me a little bit later coming in and just closing the show. But guys, enjoy yourself. Have fun. Please phone in when the host asks you to phone in. Phone in. Say your opinion. Say what you think. As I said, this is for you guys. This is interactive. I want you guys to interact. Put your questions in the chat as well, and I could bring that up on screen, and the host can read that out as well. So, guys, I'm gonna hand you over to Mr. Leon.
DJ Purpose, we are wishing you an amazing happy birthday, my brother. Great. Should we sing him? Should we sing him happy birthday, Hailey? No, let's leave this.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Listen, brother. Many happy returns of the season. And to introduce our amazing guest for this evening is the wonderful Hailey Spring. How do I know she's wonderful? Because we've had a 10-minute conversation behind the scenes, and I cannot wait to get into this topic today. So, Hailey, welcome to the Just Talk Black show.
Thank you for having me. Really appreciate it.
I'm going to start off with a really kind of an open question just to get the conversation started. Tell us what makes you interesting, Hailey. For people who don't know you, tell us what makes you interesting with regards to your work, of course. I'm sure there's many personal things, but with regards to your work, what makes you interesting?
Yeah, that was a loaded question because there's so many things. But generally, I think interest is personal anyway. So
Yes.
I might not be interesting to some people, but I'm a psychotherapist, relationship expert. I could list loads of things, but I just generally
Keep
care
going.
about
Tell
people.
them. This is a chance to sell yourself. Why are you fantastic? And what are people going to learn from our conversation today?
What my hope is that people realize that you are amazing as you are, and you are not defined by who you meet. It's just how you feel about yourself.
Very interesting. You're amazing as you are. You're not defined by who you meet, and how you feel about yourself matters. Right? Is that are we off to the right kind of? Have I got it on the right number to start with?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So you are a relationship and psychotherapist, counselor. Have I understood your role correctly?
Yeah.
How did you get into that?
Originally, I've always known that I wanted to help people.
Yes.
But I think when you're younger, there's a space where you just think, oh, who's going to listen to somebody younger than them?
Yep.
And then I went through enough of life where I was like, oh, I'm going to retrain and did it because I didn't realize I was actually helping a lot of people before I even trained to be a therapist. I was like you're the agony aunt or you're the friend.
Yeah.
I was doing it anyway.
What were you doing before that? So before you moved into your role as a psychotherapist, what was life before psychotherapy for you?
I'm a photographer. I ran a photography business for 10 years. Award winning. I was very good. I'm good at but that is where, because I did like bump to babies, I had my studios, I did weddings, then moved on to funerals. You became somebody's family photographer, and through that, I also realized at the best times of people's lives, you almost become their therapist. You're supporting them because the job means making people feel comfortable.
That's amazing. It's almost like the barber. Whenever I go to my barber, I end up having a proper full-on kind of therapy session with my barber. Did you find like that you were being that type of person to all the people you're coming to
Yeah, and especially when you see the transitions of their life, because we did nurseries, we did schools, we did bump to baby, so you see them through a whole process of life, the weddings, etc., and you hear about the family dramas because they know you, especially.
Yes.
Yeah, it's that kind of, you build that relationship.
That's so cool. So, explain to me, what was the trigger that saw you move from photography into psychotherapy? Where was the transition?
There was quite a few. In the timing, one bit was boredom when I started to retrain because I'd got to a point in that business where I wasn't as excited, and I had people that were working for me, that I didn't have to go to everything.
Right.
Um, but the main trigger that shifted me in terms of closing down that business was COVID.
Wow. We so similar. Also had a business that closed down during COVID as well. So I mean, I think a lot of people got killed by COVID, especially the service industries, right? Weddings, hospitality. I think a lot of people got killed by COVID. So it was a forced
Mm.
transition, right?
I could have restarted it, and we still kept, but it just my heart wasn't in it enough. You know, you need that certain energy and
Mm.
passion to
Of
keep something
course.
going. If you're going to do something, do it properly.
Do
And
it well.
it wasn't there. So, and because I'd already been training,
Yes.
it felt more natural. But it did feel like I lost a child. You know, like it was like I've worked so much for it. So
When a business fails, it's like a baby. It is. It's like your business is your baby in many regards, and when
like
it fails,
lost,
you lost a child.
yeah.
So you went from a business owner in a photography business to psychotherapy. Now, for my knowledge, what is psychotherapy?
So um, understanding it's mental health, and many of us are trained in different ways. A psychotherapist is trained in a certain way, but it's essentially we work on multiple modalities. So there's so many different theories, for example, and we are trained in many different theories to work with a client. And psychotherapists, they center on different crafts. You know, we're all different people and we work different ways,
Yeah.
but it's we're going to walk with you through understanding yourself, and we work with you for what you want in your life.
So cool. Modality. That's a word which sounds so cool, but a little bit technical. What's a modality?
Again, so it's theories. So psychological theories, human behaviors.
Yeah.
Say, for example, anyone who's listening, if you've gone to any therapy or counselling, etc., started with counselling and then you build on it. Um, you could have CBT. CBT is usually what the NHS does.
Mhm.
That's
And for
the
anyone
core
that doesn't
one,
know, CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, right?
cognitive behavioural therapy,
Yeah.
and that's quite practical. It's practical. These are the things that you can do to feel better.
Okay.
Whereas then you have psychodynamic, for example, and psychodynamic is going into as far as childhood, like your past, how did you understand yourself and what happened? Because we
Okay.
all grow. As we grow, we create coping mechanisms, and sometimes it's just not as useful when we're older as it is
Yep.
when we were younger. So if you're in one, for example, those are two modalities. And if you focus on one, but a lot of psychotherapists, they use a lot of it, and we
Very
work
good.
through, yeah,
So
in that
you
way.
could use either CBT or psychodynamic or any of the other modalities. You're trained to use and whichever one is appropriate for the situation that you're dealing with. Is that right?
Yeah, and it's what you've added to your craft.
Phenomenal. So it would appear to me then that you can use psychotherapy for many different things. Maybe addiction. I would guess maybe you can use it for depression. Why did you choose relationships?
Um, I will quote you there because
Yeah.
there are certain things that you're better off going to somebody who's specialized in that.
Right.
Like when it comes down to addiction, but that's why we do assessments, etc. If you're working one to one, it's if anyone specializes in anything, go to them.
Right. Okay.
Um, but I chose relationships because relationships are the core of everyday life. Whether
So key.
I think many people, when you think about relationships, they think romantic, but we're in relationships with ourselves, with our family members, with work, um, from everything. So, and I'd never really wanted to niche down because I can help. I know what I can do to help other people.
Phenomenal. So relationships of every single type. So married relationships, interpersonal relationships, friendships,
Yeah,
and all of that is something that you will deal with. Yes.
yeah, even down to the relationship with money, the relationship that you have with like how you value yourself, because a lot of it comes with the relationship from yourself.
So key. What's your starting point? If I were to come and sit down with you, Hailey, and say, you know what, I've got a problem in this area. I
Mhm.
like food. I just can't stop eating food, right? Or to go to you and say, look, I've got an issue with authority. I just can't be told what to do. What's your starting point for kind of unpacking somebody that comes to you with any of those type of problems?
The first point is I have to understand there's certain things that we ask for
Yeah,
your general life,
yeah,
because most of the time when we know we know what we're coming for,
yeah.
but most psychotherapists will hear the other things. So we're always going to start where you want to start, but I have to gather information on what could possibly be contributing to that.
Yeah, keep going.
And
Tell me
that's what helps us to ask the
the
questions
right
that
the
need to
right
be
questions. Should we do a role play?
asked. Okay.
Should we, I don't know. This is kind of off script. All right, this is kind of off script, but I wanted to try to help our viewers to see you in action. Okay, if that's okay, is that cool? Can we do that? We didn't plan this
Yeah,
before. Is that cool? Can we do it? All right. So I'm going to be somebody that I don't know. I'm going to have to try to make this up as I go along. What have I got myself into? I'm going to try to be somebody who is, let's say, ill-disciplined. All right, let's use a good one. Let's use a good one. I'll actually use a little bit of my own life. All right, a little bit of a procrastinator. This is good because I can try to draw on that. Hailey, I've got so many things that I want to do, and for whatever reason, my to-do list just gets longer and longer and longer, and I just don't seem to be getting stuff done. I've got my kids that I need to drop everywhere. My wife's asking me, got a task that I need to do. My business needs my attention. Clients are. I just don't seem to be getting anything done. Hailey, help
Yeah.
me. What should I do?
Oh, it sounds like you're overwhelmed.
I'm really overwhelmed. I really am.
Yeah, it sounds like you're overwhelmed. And how are you showing up for yourself? Because it sounds like you're actually catching up with yourself more than prioritizing yourself.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm not really worried about myself right now. As long as my family's happy, as long as my wife's happy, as long as the business is growing, at some point in the future, I'm gonna be okay. All right, the money will come. I'll have the cars, the houses. My wife will be happy. The kids will be okay. So I'm not really worried about me right now. I go to the gym every now and again. Play around the golf now and again. So I'm good. I'm all right.
Well, how would you know when that time comes?
That's a good question. Because it will just be there, won't it? Everything will just be there.
What does it look like?
I think for me, everything being what um, it looks like being able to do what I want to do at the time whenever I want to do it without having to worry about who's watching or who's asking or money.
The difficulty is that if we constantly focus on what is coming, it always grows. I'm not hearing that you're in the now.
Come on. So
Because
how
the
do I get into
when will always change.
so how do I get into the now? And this is, I think, all right, snapping out a role play moment.
Okay.
What you just said is this is what you said is so key for all of us. And then
Mhm.
the real question: how do we, as business owners, husbands, wives, fathers, children, to elderly parents, how do we
Mhm.
stay in the now, Hailey? How do we really appreciate the present time that we're in?
The issue is when we're so future focused the majority of the time, it's just paying attention to yourself. If you're living for everybody and focusing on everyone all the time, you kind of forget to be present.
Yeah.
So even if it starts at 5 minutes, 5 minutes a day, checking in, how are you feeling? And this is
And
where
so are you saying journaling? Are you saying meditation? What's the way of checking in with yourself that way that you would recommend to your clients?
all those things are great, and you can offer it, but it's different for everybody. And sometimes you're seasonal. Sometimes journaling works, and sometimes you can't write it, and you need
Yeah.
meditation.
Yeah.
Or sometimes the gym works, and then seasonally it doesn't work. But building on those different positive tools that are pouring into you means that you can reach for different ones at different times if need be. Because some people, their self-care and their self-love looks like having a, a bath with candles, and some people it's I'm just going to run.
Yeah, so true. Everybody's different, aren't they? Everybody's got a different way to look after themselves.
And how what's going on in your life is how.
Very good. Very, very good. Now, you must see such a range of different people through your work that you're just able to adapt and change on the fly depending on what any one particular person needs from you. Does that sound like an accurate assessment of what you're doing on a day-to-day basis with your clients?
Yeah, but that's the role. I meet you,
Yeah.
like I meet
Where you
whoever.
are.
Exactly, I meet them where they are, and then we walk together.
And
So
are you seeing a like we've just come out of COVID. We just spoke about it a moment ago. I know it seemed like it was 5 years ago, but are you seeing any type of frequency in people's problems that they come to you with? Is there a particular type of issue that people are struggling with nowadays from your experience?
um yes, and when when you say 5 years ago,
Yeah,
the majority of us all only realize the effects of what and in
absolutely.
yourself only a couple of years ago.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
And so many people have been living with the effects of what's happened in their lives because everyone was in survival mode for, yes, COVID happened, but the lockdowns, the social distancing, etc., the isolation, there was so much that went on, and
Yeah.
everybody was dealing with it in isolation, to an extent. So the only general frequency I would say is that many people are tired.
Tired. Wow. Tired of the work, tired of relationships. What kind of tiredness?
All kinds of tired. The exhaustion of the pressures of life, and everyone's in different spaces with that. And remember, I'm UK based as well,
Yeah,
so
yeah. There's no
um,
escape from that though, is there, Haley? I think that's our challenge for everybody, is that there's just no escape from the pressures of life. You either curl up in a ball and crumble and kind of cry in a corner, or you get up and keep going, right?
yeah, but that is one thing that many of us were taught to do, is just get on with it and not center yourself. So the more you center yourself, the more you're pouring into your own energy so that you can combat the pressures.
Mm, mm,
And when I say center, I don't mean it's all about you. If you want connection, you got to think about other people,
yeah.
but pouring into yourself first and understanding what you actually need, not what has been told.
So cool. Do you, uh, again, for our audience that are watching and
Mhm.
for your clientele that see you, how do they do that? Can you give them some ways? If anybody listening to this right now is stressed, if they're overwhelmed, if they feel as though the pressure is just they're tired and fatigued from the pressure of having to go and go and go and go. What are some like right now easy little
Yeah.
release valves that you could recommend for them?
I would say the simplest part is before you go to sleep and when you wake up, check in with yourself so that you know where your emotional, mental, physical self is.
Yes.
So if that's how was today?
Right.
And then how do I want to feel? Because we're at our most vulnerable when we're sleeping.
Yeah.
Our bodies are replaying everything that we've been, going through day to day. And then when you wake up, just before you even get out of bed, ask yourself, how am I feeling? Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, how am I feeling?
Let's
And then
go down.
add to that.
Go ahead. Finish your sentence. I want to make sure you finish that sentence. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then just give yourself something of what you've realized about yourself before you start your day.
So let's walk down this road a little bit. We're going on
Yeah.
the premise that this individual is tired. They've got to get up and get to a job with a boss that they really don't like. They've got to come
Mhm.
home, cook, or be a taxi to take the kids somewhere, look
Yeah.
after an elderly person. I mean, man, if that person looks at their life and says, how was today? Maybe they're going to say, today was terrible. And I've got to do all of this again tomorrow. I'm guessing that's where the tiredness and the exhaustion comes from.
This is the difference when you're looking at frequency, because no matter how hard life is, it's still, even if it gets to a point where you have to go, yeah, there's a lot that I didn't want to do today, but I did it, and I'm grateful for. And there's times anyone who's listening, there's times that even getting out of bed, it's, oh, I could open my eyes. I could get out of the bed. I could get in the shower,
There you go. You said an
because
amazing
it's
word.
balancing out if we focus on the negative, that's what carries weight.
You said such an amazing word there. You said focus on something that you're grateful for. This, I
Mm.
think, is so, 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 so huge. I was having this conversation with somebody the other day, and I said the same thing. You just have to find a list of things that you are grateful for, even if it's really super small, that you can see the birds that are running around on the grass, or that you can feel the wind on your skin. I mean, there are huge amounts of things that we have to be grateful for, even in the midst of challenge, right?
Yeah, we live in a beautiful world. I'm conscious that that is also something that leads to people self-abandoning. They only focus on what they're grateful for.
Tell me about
Sometimes
that.
it keeps you where you are. So if you always focus for that, you're going to be grateful for the fact that, oh, at least some people might be in a relationship and be like, oh, but at least I'm with someone. And oh, he
Mm,
loves me or she loves me, but they're treating you in a way that doesn't make any sense. Or, oh, at least I have a parent because someone else's parent has passed away,
right.
but that parent is treating you in a certain way. So,
That's not gratitude, though, is it? That's
well,
comparison.
no, 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 because when a lot of people relate gratitude with comparison. So
Mm,
if you only focus on gratitude, you could balance yourself out on the other way, where you're abandoning yourself out of duty, not out of self-love.
interesting. What is self abandonment?
It's essentially settling for less than you deserve. It's giving up, prioritizing other people's feelings over your own. Some that can come out of guilt, that can come out of shame, that can come out of duty, that can come out of so many different things. But it's not realizing that you are just as important as everyone else to get to different points of that relationship or that person or this company meets me where I'm at my value.
So this is beautiful. In which case, the next question that comes to my mind is that how do we, like as a man or as a mother or as a woman or as an employee or as a parent or, child to elderly parents, how do we fulfill duty, do the things that we have to do without self-abandoning?
And this is where, right, so duty.
Yeah.
You mentioned
I like
earlier
this. I like
about
this conversation. We're getting juicy now. We're getting juicy now. Hailey. We're
you
going
saw
in.
me
We're
adjust
going in.
myself in the chair, innit? I'm like, I'm getting
Yeah,
ready.
yeah. It's like, well, let's get into it. Yeah. So, question
Yeah.
for anybody that's watching, the question is: we've all got responsibilities, whether that's the job, whether that's the child, whether it's the husband, the wife, mother, the father, whatever it is. We've all got responsibilities, and those responsibilities need to be taken care of. So, how do we fulfill our obligations and do them to a high standard without self-abandoning? Was the question.
So when we come to responsibilities, recognize your choice in your responsibilities.
Choice. Keep going.
So, say for example, I'm a mother. I've got twins. Children, they will always show you who you are. They will
real.
continue to show you who you are.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but in frustration,
Yes.
and the responsibilities, like life admin, whatever it is, centering and understanding your choice. You have choice in responsibility. We choose to be responsible. And if you don't think that you have chosen to be responsible, then you're dutiful or you're under authoritarianism that you don't agree with, and you can make a choice.
So my choice to be a good father creates a duty or responsibility that I must fulfill, regardless of whether it feels good or whether it doesn't. My choice to be a good husband, it makes me act and operate in a way that, look, I don't necessarily want to go to do this right now, but I need to go
It's
do
a
it.
reminder, because when you remind yourself of your part in it, it's a reminder of what it means to you. And that's when you can add actually, I'm getting something from this too. It's not just about, oh, I have to. You don't have to.
Yeah,
You
you're
want
right.
to.
You're right. I think, do you find in your line of work that men or women suffer from self-abandonment more than the other? Is there a balance to who kind of suffers with self-abandonment more?
No, it's in different ways. It's just in different ways.
So you see an
And
equal amount. You see an equal amount of men and women suffering from self-abandonment.
yeah,
Does it manifest in different ways?
yeah. And a lot of that is to do with the societal structure more than each other. There's different pressures, practical pressures that are on women, and there's practical pressures that men have. And they self-abandon in different ways, but it depends on the person of how it's going to manifest and come into their lives.
Very interesting. Do you think, in your expert opinion, that men and women have an understanding of the pressures that each of them face on a day-to-day basis?
I think there are many men and women who understand but also are dealing with their pressures. And to a certain extent, everyone's responsible for themselves, depending on where everyone's at. Like, so, you know, I don't. I've definitely seen over the last. It's probably been there all the time, but this war, like
Yeah, keep going.
it feels like a war of, oh, men are like this and women are like that. But if we really look at it, we're all human, and we're all in control of our environment. So if you have an idea that all men are like this, or you have an idea that all women are like that, then you have to think about what environment you're in, because there's really amazing people out there, just generally.
Yeah, absolutely right. What I really want to know is, I mean, we're so influenced by social media now. The perfect wife, the perfect husband, perfect boyfriend, perfect, brother or sister, parent. Um, it has an impact, whether we know it or not. It does have an impact on us. And
Yeah.
I'm just wondering whether there's enough grace and understanding from I mean, we're on the Just Talk Black show. Let's say from our black women towards
Mhm.
the struggle of what the black man is going through right now. And if there's enough grace and understanding from the black man towards the black woman to understand, look, this is your difficulty, your trauma, your pain that I have to support you in. Are we understanding each other, or are we just in our own lanes? Like I said, well, I got to take care of myself. Well, I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, it's sad. That's the only thing I can say, because it was like, even last year, last year and the year before, the amount of people that are so fascinated by the way that me and my husband move.
Yeah,
And it's sad that there's this idea. And again, when people are under pressure and they're tired, and everyone's got their own individual experience of how they've been let down,
hmm,
tried, they've had broken relationships. I'm not sure of your age, but many people our age, everyone's been through heartbreak at some point, or
yeah,
pain.
right. Yes,
And there's when it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to protect my peace. But how many of us have been actually, like, had the space and time, or invested in what peace actually looks like and feels like?
mm. Yeah. What does it look like to you?
To me, it's not being on edge, like, not being. And you go into certain spaces. I am who I am all the time, but I'm aware. We're
Yes.
constantly aware. As Black people, we're constantly aware.
Yeah.
We're aware.
100%.
We don't have to say anything, but
Yeah.
we see what's going on, and we can look
Correct.
at each other, and we just had a conversation without saying
Full,
anything.
full conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's being able to just breathe, just
Mm.
not even know that you have to breathe. And um, as women, we have those spaces in some way, but also the responsibility can come with those spaces.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
then men can have loads of friends, but then where was it about? We're still a while away from where it was even okay for men to talk about their feelings. So, we're not that far away from man up and all of those things. So men are just learning how to actually express how they're feeling.
Yeah. 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 It's so true. And I mean, I love that you said, you know, peace to you means not being on edge. I think,
Mm,
the black experience in the UK, as you said, means that our radar and our antenna is always on. I mean, I, I can give you this. I saw a woman, I think it was either this morning or yesterday morning, and probably was even this morning. And she was coming out of her house just as I was walking down on the pavement to get to where I was going. And I recognized it was a white woman, beautiful, in a gym clothing, getting ready to go to the gym. I recognized that moment of hesitation in her as she saw a black guy, hood up, walking towards her. I recognized it. And that same moment of hesitation could have happened with a black woman with me walking towards there, or it could have happened with a white guy walking towards her. It could have happened, but it's just that maybe my perception of the world means that I just recognize that split hesitation from her, and the extra hurry to say, well, I'm trapped in between my house and my car. Let me quickly get into the car. And I think our antennas are always up. So it's really interesting for me that you said not being on edge. I found something else really interesting that you said is people are interested in how you and your husband move. Tell us about some of the principles that you have kind of instilled in your marriage, which causes people to look at you and say, wow, that's interesting.
It's quite simple. One, we made a decision and we worked towards each other. But also, we both know who we married. So like, no, we didn't marry potential.
Yeah, okay, cool.
We didn't marry potential. He knows how I stay, I know how he stays.
Yeah, it's important,
And
isn't it?
yeah, and then he grows, I grow, and we meet each other. But there's baseline respect for each other, manners. There's no, what do you mean? If he says something, then yeah, of course. If it's important to him, because I know he's not going to say it over something small,
Right.
I'm not even asking questions. And
Very interesting.
personally, any women that are listening, you know how attractive that is when a man can tell you no. Any black woman that's listening, when a man can tell you no, and you're like, okay. Like the majority of women want to be submissive, but it takes a certain man.
The thing is, I was going to use that word submissive, but I know that sometimes the word submissive kind of puts people on edge. Would you say that would you use that word for yourself as a wife, and what word would you use to describe your husband similarly?
I would say people need to. I'm a quite label adverse. It's the ability to be submissive.
Very good.
Just because somebody can be submissive, because everywhere else in my life, no. Well, most, no. It's the ability to be.
Very
And
good.
someone creates an emotional space, like I said, that's when they talk about safe space for you to be anything you need to be.
So, Hailey, talk to the individual man. Two things. Talk to the individual man who feels that they are not in a relationship where their wife is submissive enough. What does that man need to do? And talk to the woman who feels as though I don't feel safe enough with this guy to be submissive with him. Where's the gap there? Where's the kind of the?
It's hard to speak to everyone because everyone needs different things. Because of course,
I know generalizing doesn't work, but give us a general.
I'm not submissive all the time. I said what I said, but
Yeah.
and nor is he in any way. But it is about emotional safety. So the core thing is, like when I work with couples, the core thing is working out how your partner receives information and understands things, like when it comes to your emotions. Because one of the biggest frictions that most relationships, especially romantic relationships, is sometimes you have people saying that they're speaking the same language, but not speaking the same language.
Correct.
So it's having these these conversations.
Mhm.
You're not holding back.
Well,
It's
okay. What I want to get to one thing. We're going to open the phone lines soon because I'm sure there's going to be some questions about relationships coming in. Okay, so we're going to open the phone lines. But what I want to understand is what does the man need to provide the woman to give her enough space and freedom to be submissive in that environment?
and this is the reason why it's not man and woman. We all need emotional safety to feel confident that that person is considering you when they're making certain decisions, or that you can be upset, you can be angry, you can be feel sad, you can be tired, you can be unwell. We
Mm.
all need the same emotional safety, but it looks different for everybody because of what we've all had to guard ourselves from. It's very different,
Mhm. Yeah. Okay.
even though we've all had the human experience.
Very, 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 very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, we're going to pause for 1 second. Great conversation. I'm loving this, Hailey, and I'm really enjoying the process of kind of digging into your expert mind on psychotherapy and relationships. We've got more questions to come. But let's just let everybody know that's listening that we definitely value your likes. Subscribe to the Just Talk Black podcast channel on YouTube. And please make a comment on our YouTube page. All of this stuff boosts the algorithm, sends more people our way, and make sure that we can reach a wider audience. DJ Purpose has really put his heart and soul into this, and we want to make sure that this platform grows and gets to the level that it deserves to be, right?
Yeah.
With that, we are going to make sure that the phone lines are open. You can see that phone number scrolling along the bottom of your screen right now. So please pick up the phone, dial in, ask your questions to Hailey, our expert psychotherapist here. You can see that number dialing across for you all to see. Put it back on for us at 1 second. 7471-539-533. Pick up your phones, ask the tough questions. Maybe the questions I'm asking are not challenging enough, because Hailey is actually chomping up these questions like it's just no problem at all. All right, let's keep it going until the phone comes in. Yeah, until the phone calls come in. I'll ask you a question about your life growing up. What was the most impactful relationship that you saw growing up, and how has that informed the way you see love and relationships right now?
Oh, right now, from growing up, the most impactful. Okay, let's start from the beginning then, because
Yeah,
it is my parents.
yeah.
Um, it was a beautiful thing to watch them, because my parents were people that looked after everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if anyone had any problems, you look after, etc. And I say me, what I got from it, that was my thought of love, was I help people. If you are in a certain position and you do. So you help
Brilliant.
people. Transitioning into my own relationship, when you choose your own relationships, then, and God, obviously understanding my own journey and going through my own journey, I realized that actually a lot of my relationships are transactional.
Right.
So if you focus on helping, you become useful. And when you're connecting with people with just useful and helping and not considering yourself, you end up attracting and having relationships where you end up being used,
Keep going. This is interesting.
because there's no balance. If you're the person that everybody calls and you're that person that everybody knows is going to be there, you end up attracting people
That
that
always want that from
need
you.
you. Well, they need you, and that means that you become used. whether it doesn't matter whether it's conscious or not that they're doing it, but
Yes.
you almost inadvertently position yourself as that person in their life.
Okay. Is there a way?
And yeah, then you just, that's another way of self-abandoning, because you didn't
Oh,
realize, other
that's
people
right.
can pour into you, because who's pouring into you?
Absolutely right. And so, were you able to recognize that? Is that something you recognize in yourself, that you're a helper, but you're able to balance it out with saying, okay, I'm a helper, but I still need to take care of myself?
No, I was always, well, take care of myself to a point,
Yes.
but then you become a mother, and you got to do you help with that too, and then you've already become that person. To be fair, this is one of the things that, like, my husband, it's not even that he said anything, but I realized, wow, I don't have to think.
So he says he doesn't have to think, or you realize that you
No,
don't have to think.
because when I met him and being with him consistently over the beginning years, so I didn't even have to think, and I realized, oh, is this what peace feels like?
Beautiful, beautiful. So that's how he created a safe space for you, is what you're saying. Is that you just don't have to think
Yeah,
about everything, anything. Things like what? Bills,
yeah.
paid holidays, um,
Just
w-
just just even things as simple as uh going to the supermarket. Like, simple thing, going to the supermarket, or opening doors.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, 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 yeah.
I even if I'm the one tapping the card with our joint account,
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking about picking up
Whether
bags.
that okay, okay,
But,
okay.
it's simple, it's little things, but you realize how small they are when it is so standard to somebody else.
Beautiful. And I'm guessing that there is a reciprocal relationship, in that there's things that he doesn't have to worry about, or does he not care about that? He's just like, that this is just what I do, and whether I get anything back, I'm not, because you mentioned the transactional side of things. It's not
Mm.
transactional, it's duty bound. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's well, it's commitment.
Commitment.
It's commitment. And there's things, life happens.
Yes.
There's life is going to happen. So, if you go through losses in a relationship, um, the families that happen, like, there's a lot that happens, transitions happen. So sometimes it's like what I say to my couples, the baseline is, if you can't, it's where are you today? For example, it's at 80-20. If somebody's at 20 and you're at 80,
You got
then
you got to
you
hold them up.
understand you're the one that has more to give
Got to carry the load.
on
That's
that daily. And
right.
if you're both at 100, great.
Brilliant.
If you're both
Everyone's
at 50, then there's a conversation, who's going to do what, or
mm,
it's just
mm,
organic.
very good. Sounds like you've got it worked out in your relationship, Hailey. You have got a lot of advice, and I think some really, really good ideas to help with relationships. Now we've got DJ Purpose on the other side, who messaged me and said he's got a question for you. So I'm going to bring him in right now
Okay.
and let him come in with his question. Are you there, Asha?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not really a question. It's just that I just want to talk about what you guys, and I think what you guys are definitely talking about is definitely needed, and really really enjoying the show. Just watching it on my birthday, really really enjoying it. I just want to ask a quick question to everybody, the audience, to you guys who are doing the podcast as well now. When it comes down to healthy love, for somebody who is looking for healthy love, what do we mean by that word, healthy love? And is it a healthy love, or everything has to be perfect? Or is it that things can go wrong in a relationship? People can argue, people can disagree, but it's about continuing fighting on. So is healthy in a sense of continue to fight on? Because nowadays everybody want to give up. Or is it down to it must just always be okay? Which some people pretend to think and look at other people's relationship and say, well, they've been together for such a long time. It must be that, that everything's going good with them and they just get on. So what is it when we say healthy, if you get what I'm saying? What does healthy look like in the Black community?
In quite a few things. We just got to remember, people are people. We are all human and we're all complex too, but we're actually quite simple at the same time. But healthy is what that energizes you. When you want to grow, you want to be better, but not for that person. You want it for yourself because they see you in a certain space, what they make you feel. It's the same way as like the difference between if you eat fast food and you're like, why did I eat that? After you're like, why did I eat that? I know I'm not nourished. I was just hungry. And then when you eat a nutritious meal, you realize, oh my gosh, I didn't even need to eat for how many hours because I'm energized.
Yeah.
Healthy is knowing how the best way to look at it for each individual is, how do I feel when I come off the phone with them? Or how do I feel when I come out of their space or when I'm in their space? Because a lot of it is the transfer of energy. We're just, because we can meet the same pain in different people. And what might feel healthy for us especially is because it's familiar.
That's how affairs start, Hailey, because people find common ground and a good energy in relationships outside of their own.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous thing. Exactly. The truth is, when someone kind of resonates with someone else that's not their wife or that's not their husband, that kind of tug is really quite strong, right?
Yeah, but that's self-discipline, because you have to ask yourself, why are you pouring out into there? Attraction doesn't stop if you're in a relationship, but do you honor your own commitment to yourself and your partner? Yeah. It's not just your partner, it's to yourself. And then why are you feeling that it's easier to put your energy out there than it is with what you committed to?
Because it's easier. It's easier to put the energy out there because it's easier.
Right? Fast food.
Yeah. You know what it is as well, Lee? What I find as well, sorry to interrupt you guys, is that another point.
Can you come on the screen as well?
No, I can't come on the screen. I wish I could, but I can't. Is that when I looked into relationships from the start, do you know, for the Black community, and I'm just saying I don't know, I'm just putting it out there, is there, in church they do this, Lee, where you go to get married and then they do like single marriage. But if you're not in the church, to find a course or somewhere you can go to find out if you're both right for each other and open up and learn about each other, do you know that it's very difficult to find in the Black community? I'm just speaking out from doing a little bit of research, that I found that there wasn't many courses out there that you can take as a couple, as two people going somewhere, and somebody actually teaching that and saying, to find out your partner more. And I think in the start of relationships, personally, what I think is that a lot more people need to do that. They do it in the church, but I think so outside of the church wall, I feel that people need to have that sort of space in the Black community where they can go to a workshop and discover one another and find out stuff about one another, because everybody's life gets busy. But when do you take the time to actually sit down as one another and find out about one another. And I think that's one of the biggest calls in relationship. People don't spend enough time investing in the relationship. They want to do the big wedding and pay for the big wedding. But if you took all that money that you put in the wedding and spent it in the beginning of you two growing and learning and you know, growing together, I think that
I'm not sure I agree with
you
that.
know,
I
you
mean,
don't
and
agree with that. Tell me why. I like to know.
I'm not sure I agree with that
Come on,
because
tell
I
me.
don't think anybody goes into a relationship and into a marriage, particularly, without due diligence, right? I think you know people make mistakes for sure, but it would have. I mean, it would just appear logical to me that okay, look, I've done my due diligence. This is the person for me. I love him. I love her. I really want this to work out. I don't think many people go into a relationship thinking that they don't want it to work out.
No,
I don't think.
not saying
But the
that.
key
I,
word is want. The key word is want it to work out. A lot of people do make that decision in hope, not in dedication and craft, understanding. But, sometimes people, and relationships in general, but there are still many people that go into marriage because they see marriage as an achievement more than the the wedding. Oh, I've been married. Somebody wanted to marry me, or I've married this person, more than thinking about the actual marriage,
Yeah.
like the life.
Mm, yeah,
So
okay.
there are people, and that's one of the things that you know, like with couples counsel, I recommend anybody, if you're going to get married, go to couples counseling just for a couple of weeks,
Is it a
just
Yeah.
to
service that you offer?
really
Yeah.
Is
see.
it something you offer, Hailey? Is that some couples counseling? Is that something you do as part of your services?
Oh yeah, I'm a couples counselor as well. I
Yeah.
don't do it very often, but it's anymore anyway. But it is. I understand what Ash is saying, and it's not. You know, you mentioned something right at the beginning, Leah.
Yeah.
I was going to
You
come there.
said
Go on.
about
Go.
falling. You said that falling into relationships.
Yeah, tell me. Remind me exactly what it was I said.
You said, oh, you know, a lot of people fall into relationships, and how do you know? And the issue is, people are choosing partners on chemistry
Mm.
more than how could I grow with that person? And I do blame Disney and the media for it
Yeah,
because
absolutely right.
Come on.
it's that happily ever
Absolutely.
after, when that's just not life. General, that even that phrase, life is easy, it's not. It's not that it's supposed to be easy. It's That's the biggest times that we really learn about ourselves and we really bond with people and have the deepest connections, and is when we can connect on the things that we've got through, we've overcome.
Okay.
So we've had a really interesting comment come up on
That's what I want to
the
talk about.
screen by X Baby XOXO Girl X. She says
Mm.
black men often don't want to go to counseling or therapy, and I think it was I kind of alluded to a part of this question earlier on when we were speaking, whether you're seeing a balance of black men or black women in your counseling chair. What do you think about this statement? Black men often don't want to go to counseling or therapy.
Honestly, again, like I said, I think there's still, although really happy about how things have changed about men being able to feel more comfortable about speaking about their feelings, etc. But it is one of the reasons why I've gone so gung-ho in my industry. You know, when I said to you which company I set up, a low-cost long-term therapy is called With Self.
Mm.
And because a lot of it is I'm going to be misunderstood and no one wants to hear my feelings, and if you're not used to that space, I wouldn't just say it's black men. There's still stigmas in multiple of anyone of color going to therapy, because especially in this country, and it's knowing that those spaces are available so that you don't even have to like over explain the things that you don't want to explain. And there's not many black men still in our industry. There's a lot of them coming up, and I love this, but some men want to go to men, and
Yeah.
if the option's not there,
Here's a question for you. If you finish your statement, if the option's not there, and then I've got a question for you.
yeah, well, they just continue, like you mentioned, get on with it, because that's what we're all raised to do.
I would love it if ex-baby, ex-girl X could call in and give a little bit
Yeah.
more of an explanation about her statement. Black men often don't want to go to counseling or therapy. The number is on the screen: 07 471 539 533. Give us a call, and let's get some more.
You know
of
what?
that
I want to touch on that part as well, Lee. Actually, because I feel like people say black man needs to go therapy or they don't want to go counselling, but I think it should be they both go counselling, men and women. I think it's not just men who and the stigma is that black men don't want to go. But I think as a couple or in a relationship, if you both choose to say, well, we're going to go to, that's why I was saying, but if you read to this, what the lady was saying, I agree. We need to go on a call to support the couple to make sure that they have all the information that they can support and have a happy relationship. That's what I was talking about, like what I said to you before, that if we invest in the beginning of the relationship and get an understanding, even down to when I went to a single course in church, they were teaching you about, do you share your finance with one another? Would you have a bank account? So they break down these little things and bring these little ice bucket outs to make you really try and understand one another from the sort of start of your relationship. And I feel that if people would go as a couple, that's the icebreaker for a man to say, well, maybe I need to really look at myself, because that's what it opened up in that sort of course. And that's what I'm saying, as black community, I think we need to have more of these courses that when people go into a relationship and understand what a relationship is, do you know what you're going into? Do you know it? Because most people just say, I want to do this. I want to go on holidays with my girlfriends. I want to go on holidays with a man them. But then is it a we decision? Because most people just look at relationships just as we're just seeing how it goes, which to me I think is totally wrong. To me personally, you know.
I think one of the difficulties is if you're not able to express how you feel, and it's timing as well, because some people, it takes them longer to really process what is being said, and how to articulate, and we can't ignore that like each of us have been villainized in one way or another, but the male female issue is many men also have been taught that they are threats. So sometimes they hold back to think longer about what they say in response. So you could have somebody that is sharing and they think it's a we decision, but in the man's mind, it's like, well,
you got a call coming in.
I might be compromising. And compromise is what a lot of people have got confused about.
Very interesting. Is that a call for the show, June?
Yeah, you got a call. Is that
Love
hello,
it.
caller? Can you hear me?
Hi,
Yeah, that's a call for you, Lee.
it's X.
Hi.
Hello, caller. Is this EXO? I can't even remember the name now. Is that you calling in?
Yes, it is.
Well, it's great. I really thank you very much for your comment. And we've got it up on the screen again. It's black men often don't want to go to counseling or therapy. Tell us about where this statement came from, and maybe you can explain a little bit more to our guest today, Hailey Spring.
Yeah, so basically my experience is that my husband and I are currently separated. We have been together for like 7 years. Well, we're together for 7 years, married for 3. And last year we experienced a loss of our baby at 5 months of the pregnancy. And when that happened, we were offered a lot of therapy, counselling, different things, and therapy wasn't something I personally ever thought that I would pursue. I didn't think it was something that I wanted to engage in. But obviously, when this situation happened, I felt like I needed it, so I did have therapy, and I was open to whatever they offered. But my husband was just like adamant he doesn't need anything. He's gonna deal with it on his own. He can manage it on his own. And so initially, I thought that he was fine. Like he was very supportive of me. And then a switch happened, and he became very distant. He didn't want to talk about anything. And whenever anybody asked how he was feeling, he always said he was fine. And then after 3 months after we lost our baby, he then said to me that he made a comment during a conversation where he said, "It's funny how you can find comfort in someone you've just met over somebody that you've known for such a long time." And that then obviously spiraled into another conversation, and he then admitted that he was cheating. And then when he admitted that he was cheating, he then said that, I'm never going to see him the same way. He's never going to be able to trust me. And so the relationship is completely over. And initially I was like, well, we've just been through a lot. We can go to counselling. We can go to therapy. There's things that can help us repair the relationship. But he was just like, absolutely not. And then, there was more things that came to be. But then when I was looking back at the relationship, he never ever wanted to talk about his feelings. It was always like, I'll deal with it by myself. When we got married, we did have the marriage counselling from the church because it was a requirement. And so he did that. But again, I don't know how honest he was with that, because it was something that we had to do in order for us to be able to get married.
Babe, I'm going to call you baby girl just from I'm going to drop out the extra. Stay on the line. Don't go anywhere. I'm really sorry to hear what you've been through. Hailey, over to you.
Firstly, I feel you. My heart was going, when you're telling me, there's so much there. And it honestly, when you said, I reflected on it, and he never wanted to talk about his feelings.
Yeah.
The worst part of what you've just shared is it's common, and it's not actually just common with Black men. It's common when a woman is having a baby, generally. And it's common in a loss, and it's also common when someone doesn't talk. It's not your fault that he was coasting through life, and it's the most heartbreaking thing when you think it's a we, but you realize that it wasn't. And I can only imagine how horrific it has been for you.
Yeah. It was pretty tough. Yeah.
I promise you, it's not just Black men. There's just some people, and a lot of us are, because there's a stoicism to somebody that you think you believe them when they say they're handling things. You believe people. When you love someone, but there was so much that wasn't in your control.
Yeah.
And it's not just Black men. Women do it too, by the way. But
I want to just say something to baby girl. I want to just say, from a Black king to a Black queen, I just really want to just say, my heart goes out to you on that one, definitely. And I just really want you to just remember what Eddie said as well. There are good black men out there, you know, and I do see that black men, we do need a lot of help, you know, and especially when you're talking on the counselling side, we do kind of, because we've been built that way from a young age to bottle stuff up, to man up. And this is one thing that I'm trying to get into the black men's community, is that it's okay for us to talk about what we're going through.
100%.
And, you know, I always say as well, is the circle as well I see some of these black men in the influence that they had. So I'm just saying, from a black man to a black queen, never look at yourself as, you know, it was my fault, or, you know, you reflect on stuff. You have to also look at it from a point of the circle that some of these black guys hang in, the music. There's a thing of what the government are trying to bring down into a lot of black men, the prisons, the mental health. There is so much against black men out there, you know, that's really not really good. But I just want to say on that point is that there are good black men out there, you know, and I'm sorry for your loss and everything, you know, but keep your head up, you know, God's got a plan for you. And, you know, I really just hope I'm just be praying for you.
And what I would add on that as well, stay tuned. Really appreciate you calling in and sharing and being vulnerable on this. I want to leave Hailey with the last word, but you will see Hailey's details. Maybe give her a call afterwards. But, you know, we're really hoping the best for you in this situation, baby girl.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, shout me. And congrats on showing up for yourself, even in that, by the way, because that's a big thing. It's not easy when somebody's not coming with you, but you still did it.
Yeah, definitely.
Things get better. Thank you so much for your call. We really appreciate you again. There's some vulnerability and transparency in there, so we really appreciate you sharing with us today and calling in to share that story with us, and wishing you the very, very best as you move forward through 2026. I'm sure things are going to get better. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, take care. See you.
Bye.
Great call. Great call there from baby girl. So we've got a few more questions for you, Hailey. Are you okay just to carry on just for a few more minutes, maybe 10 or 15 minutes? Is that cool?
Yeah, of course. She was so powerful.
I mean, I think these things are just incredibly interesting. It is, how do we say this? Everybody's story is true to them. And I think she's been through a lot of pain. I would like to hear the brother talk and to hear what, not his side of the story, but to hear him speak and to hear him kind of open up about his pain in the loss of a baby. It can't be hard. I want to, you know, would love to hear what he's going through, but I wish them both the very, very best in that scenario. Do you think there's a in general, not necessarily just with regards to that story that we heard from baby girl there, do you think there's a problem in our communication? I mean, we know that the famous book from, who was it, somebody Gray, Dr. Gray, about men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Do you think that in general that we just, men and women, just speak different languages and that we're always talking at cross purposes? Is that true? And if yes, then what can we do to bridge that gap?
Yeah, I do generally think that we experience the world differently. And everyone articulates themselves in certain ways. We don't even, you're not even aware, for example, if somebody says a word that someone who's hurt you in the past, or what your parents didn't allow or whatever, is gonna charge you up and put you on a defense, or you can shut down. But I do think there's that we are different by nature. A lot of men are, well, nature and nurture is the biggest balance of life, isn't it? Like, but a lot of men, their focus is protect, provide, but life has become more complicated.
Yes. Yeah.
So when
No, go ahead. No, finish your statement. I think there's a slight delay on the line, but please finish your thought.
Oh, yeah. So if you only focus on protect and provide, and the way that life has moved as well is it's more complicated. Our lives have just become a lot more complicated also. So this
Yeah.
man-female divide is come from the fact that the things are imbalanced.
Well
And
said.
it's about meeting each other in the way that whoever needs whatever. Like if somebody wants to be the whole provider, okay, you focus on that, so that if you want loads of children, you have the woman at home, and she knows her role, and that's what she wants. That's what she wants. But if it's all of those things, and it's still just communicating.
Communication is so key, isn't it? Communication is
Being able
absolutely key.
to, yeah, and understanding that, letting someone know if your communication isn't working for me, even if you didn't mean it in a certain way, it still didn't work for me. Then and you and the other person, but that's where the imbalance comes from. When somebody's not expressing themselves, you're not even giving the other person the opportunity to meet you. And that's when resentment builds and people start moving away from each other instead of towards each other.
I like that phrase, moving towards each other. Absolutely beautiful, moving towards each other. I'm looking on your website, Hailey, Heal It with Hailey. And there's an amazing word which I was just like, this is interesting. I want to know more about this. On there, you says what you'll discover inside. This is under the you scroll down in the workbook. It says you'll discover your trigger map. Understand what lights you up emotionally and why. Pinpoint patterns that make you reactive instead of responsive. Now,
Make you
please,
responsive instead of reactive.
did I read it wrongly?
Well, that's
Pinpoint.
otherwise there's a mistake on my website. We don't want to be
No,
reactive.
it's right. It's right. It says pinpoint patterns that make you reactive instead of responsive. It's right. It's
Oh,
right.
right. I hear
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
It's right on the website. So, yeah, and a beautiful, just before we got beautiful comment in from Angela Spring 9635. Sorry for your loss, baby girl.
That's
Your
my
strength
mommy.
shines through. Oh, is that your mom's beautiful?
Hi,
Hello,
mommy.
mom. Hello. That's so cool. So cool. Thank you for that comment. So tell us, Hailey, what is a trigger map?
So the simplest way is there are certain things that have happened or have been said to us that have hurt. So if we're looking at trauma, we have big T's, we have little T's. And sometimes we're not even aware of those little T's. But when, like, say, for example, when I'm working with somebody, we go through their trigger map to understand. Most of us, the things that we remember, it's because they were significant and we made a decision about ourselves or the world. So a trigger map is understanding. So when that happened, what did you hear? What did you understand? And what did you decide? So that's when we can figure out, oh, so you've been holding this idea about yourself that actually might not be yours or might not be true.
True. Right.
And then we can reframe it.
Very,
So
very, very good.
the trigger map is about finding out which points you've made decisions, and are they yours or are they somebody else's?
And do you think
And
people
then
can generally change? Like if they see this trigger map out in front of them, does it help people to? I guess it's like a signal. Okay, I know this is going to trigger me. Let me not react in the same way. Is that how you would implement something like that?
no, you can't just decide. Like we still have to work with how you deal with it. But
Right.
once you're aware, you can stop avoiding certain things or reacting in a way that isn't helpful to you and reconfirms an idea that is not you.
It's not true. Awareness.
Yeah.
So another key word that you just used there was awareness, and awareness of oneself, which I think is a theme that's been running through this whole conversation. Is that being aware of oneself actually is as important as anything else in a relationship.
It's yeah, key. It's really key, because it allows you to also realize and be accountable for when, oh, you're in a mood, and you could have said that in a nicer way.
Yeah,
So it makes it easier to apologize instead of like standing strong in your wrong.
Self-awareness, I think, is key and critical. It really, really, really is. But not everybody has the same level of self-awareness. I think. I mean, people need to develop it. People need to grow in it, and some people just are not as self-aware as others. Some people, as you said, are helpers. They focus. They're self-aware and they focus on helping. Some people are more insular and looking at themselves. And I think self-awareness, there's a scale. There's a scale of self-awareness, right? How do we
Yeah,
get better
but
at it?
better at what? We're
At
all on our
being
same.
self-aware.
Well, you're all on your own journey. We're all on our own journey. We're all growing up.
Yeah.
Becoming better at self-awareness is looking at yourself. And most of the time when people aren't as self-aware and they can cause harm, it's because everybody else, it's about blame and fault when they think right and wrong. So if we think in black and white like that, you're missing the grey in you and the other person. So
There we go.
self-awareness is being able to go, okay, what was my part in that though?
But that's what I'm saying. Some people are just better than that than others. Some people can look at themselves and for whatever reason are self-aware. And for whatever reason, some people are just not willing to say, oh, that was my fault. I think, all right, let me be controversial. I think one of the black man's biggest issue with our black women, and that's all I can speak for is black women because that's my own personal experience, is that there's not enough self-awareness. There's not enough accountability. There's not enough, this was my fault. I'm sorry. I think that might be one of our issues as men, is that, all we would really want sometimes is for the women to say, hey, look, this was my fault, I'm sorry. That level of self-awareness, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm being controversial.
No, not at all. I hear you. But also it's up to the other person to understand that too. Some people, it's not even just the fact that they're not willing. They don't know how because it's so
Very good.
painful to look at themselves.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
that it's up to the other person also to recognize that and understand that, you know what? I'm going to have to separate or, let you figure that out yourself because you can't drag anyone out of it.
Yeah, well, yes. All right. You're so right. So right, Hailey.
Sometimes it's just too painful and people just won't. And that's
So
okay.
this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Is there a message to? All right, I've got two more questions, and I'm going to hand back over to Asher, DJ Purpose. He may have some more questions, and he may want to close. I've got two more questions. Question is this: what can you say to the black man that's listening to say, my brother, without being generic, but being generic, this is what we need from you as black women, right?
We
I'm going
need
to
from
comment.
you as black women. You want me to
Sorry.
speak for all black women?
Not, of course, it's impossible to do that, right? It's impossible to do that. But if you were to say, my black brother, just from your experience, my black brother, your advice to the black men to improve their relationships, and your advice to the black women to improve their relationships, what would I know we can't generalize them; it's not the same. But what would you say through?
I would say both for both of you. One, you are loved, you are amazing, and come on, let's go. But
It's a good start.
and the second thing is the first part. If you know that you don't feel good and you're struggling, find a space or a person or a thing that makes you feel alive, that you come out feeling charged with, and just share a little bit more with them about that truth. And
Say
you'll
that bit
realize,
again. Say that bit again. I want everybody to hear that really, really clearly.
share a little bit more about your truth in that space that makes you feel alive, that makes you feel lighter, in those, whether it's a person, whether it's a hobby, an environment, just share a little bit more. You don't have to do this alone. And that's where you can start to build. It's like building an emotional muscle. You know, when you go gym and it hurts because you haven't been for a while, it's an emotional muscle, but start with what already feels comfortable. Share a little
Very,
bit more.
very,
And then you
very
start putting yourself in these spaces.
so good, so good. Hailey, listen, you have been amazing to speak to today. You've got some such quality advice. I love how you kind of spoke with a baby girl that called in. It's been phenomenal speaking to you. Tell us a little bit about how anybody that wants to can find you, have these conversations, can maybe sit down for couples counseling. How do we get a hold of you?
You can contact me on my website. It's healitwithhailey.uk.
Yeah,
You can follow me on Instagram on Heal It With Hailey, at
yeah.
Heal It With Hailey. LinkedIn, Hailey Spring,
So
Hailey, spring like the season.
I like that. HALEY, spring like the season. Any final words from you, Hailey, to our listening audience this evening?
No, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I really appreciate everyone's because I saw the messages, etc. throughout our conversation. And yes, baby girl, we got you if you contact
Yeah, we
me.
got you.
Pleasure, Leon, and thank you, DJ Purpose. Happy Earth Day again.
Yes.
Yeah, and I just want everyone to, either way, you are loved, you are enough, you are blessed.
It's been great speaking with you, Hailey, and I wish you all the success, every success with your business. And I'm sure our paths will cross at some point again in the future. Thank you so much for joining us today on a Just Talk Black show.
Thank you, Leon. Thank you. Bye.
Lee, I just want to touch on you that point, Lee, before you go, Leon. I want to touch on that part that you said about sometimes men want their partner just to say sorry. What made you say that? That's interesting.
No, I mean, and someone popped up on the screen there. Professor Tone 1766 says, "Too true. Many just can't say sorry." I just think we've just been in. I think it's a little bit of what's the word? Stereotyping as well.
Yeah.
But I think in general, Hailey's exactly right. Self-awareness, in my experience, is just very, very important. And whoever it might be, sometimes when it's hard to say sorry, it's actually because it's painful, right? There's something in you that makes it hard to say sorry. And again, without generalizing, I think our UK experience, whether it's for black men or black women, is painful, and it's just sometimes it's just hard to self-reflect and say sorry. I think that's the only place where the question came from, really.
Because it's interesting that you said it, because I've watched a lot of things where they question black men, like what does a black man need or want, and sometimes on those little short adverts they just say respect, just respect.
That's it.
You know, for you to say that, I'm just like, wow, okay, this is a common thing that black men say, you know, that they just want that respect, or if there's an argument, just for that other person just to apologize, you know, and I think that goes so far.
I mean, I'm like that in general, all right? So this is not just about women. I, as a person, am like that in general. If someone cuts me up on the road and then puts their flashy lights on as an apology, or if someone does something and says, you know, I put their hand up, say, I'm sorry. For me, instant, it's like the problem done. You never need to speak about it ever again.
That's right.
Yeah. That's how I am as an individual. If someone's done something wrong, someone's made a mistake, if someone's gone out of their way to do, and at the point of sorry, I'm just like, okay, cool, let's end it right there. But
I would love to acknowledge. I just want to acknowledge. I want to acknowledge something as well, because this is part of the Black experience, and obviously I can speak of the UK Black experience, and I know that it goes into many other cultures, but we're talking about us, right? There is, if you think about, you know, when I was talking about being on edge, like you're aware. So much that has happened and has continued to happen that is not, it seems to be fine. like apparently for the rest of the world or everything, that we've had to just watch, and no one's apologizing, no one's acknowledging. So when someone's saying sorry, we've already, and then you get blamed. So as children, we've already been raised as, you know what, we have to keep certain things in certain way, because if you're villainized when you're young, so saying sorry is, and I haven't done anything wrong, I don't even understand. A lot of us is like, what did I do? So as adults, if you, and there's systemic, oh, you're just supposed to get on with it. So as adults, often it's very difficult to either say sorry or just receive an acknowledgement. Because it's not just about being able, self-awareness just isn't just about, oh, that person's apologized to me. It's also, many of us aren't even comfortable. We have to learn how to be comfortable to actually receive true love that doesn't come with consequences.
Yeah, well said. Well said. Need to learn how to do that, though. I mean, I think, again, if it is such a problem, it's this whole process of self-awareness, self-love, being able to receive love as well as being able to give it, accountability, apologizing when it's your fault instead of standing on something that's wrong. I think it all comes down to personal development and self-improvement, really, and
And
that's hard for a lot of people.
I've got just for my last bit. And we're still the brightest people that attract. We're still able to do all that. Yes, there's these issues that we have, but we all know how to tap into all of these different things when we feel comfortable enough, or just even on alert.
Absolutely.
Hyper-alertion is not always a bad thing. It's being able to consider yourself in it. And that's what makes us.
You're using really long words that not everybody may understand. What is hyper alert?
We're a myriad of things. Do you myriad, like we're
That's another long word.
okay. We're everything.
No.
We're able to be everything because at some point we've had to be a lot. We've had to do a lot.
Yeah.
It's just natural. So it's being able to understand that there's a lot of power in that. It's just how much, and the more conversations we have like this, the more that we come together, and we're very good at coming together. It's just how consistently.
Yeah, well said.
The more we grow together as humans.
So good.
Sorry
Great
to get you
speaking.
lot going there again.
You get us going for another half an hour.
Good. Really good show.
Appreciate
Love the
you
show.
guys.
Absolutely love the show, guys. Wonderful. Such amazing. Trust me. Love what you two done today. Need a part two.
Look,
Definitely.
Professor Tan, we are amazing people. We just know it. Yeah. We are amazing people.
Definitely. But now, thank you two for coming on the Just Talk Black show. Really appreciate it on my birthday for you two just to make such a special day. I've learned so much watching, being in the background and watching, and I've learned absolutely so much. And that's why I love this show. This is what it's about for the Black community, for us to express ourselves, for us to come together, and for us to learn. I'm sure everybody who's listening and commented as can take away something from today, which is a reflection, and which is powerful, and just for the caller that called in, absolutely amazing. I salute her for doing what she done. That takes a lot, to do that. So I'm just so happy of what actually happened today, and I just it's a birthday present from you two. I see it as, so,
I just followed you on Instagram as well, Hailey. So you'll see that.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
But no, thank you to both for coming on the Just Talk Black show. I really actually, hold on 1 minute. Sorry, 1 minute. I don't know. Hold on 1 minute. Hello? Are you calling for the Just Talk Black show? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Are you calling for the Just Talk Black show?
I was like, what the heck?
Are you cool? Hello? So I couldn't hear that. Hold on 1 minute. All right, so we ain't got the caller. So, all right. Right,
Yeah,
guys,
it's
thank
been a
you. Really do
pleasure.
appreciate that, you know.
We'll
Really
wrap it up there.
do.
Listen, great stuff. Lovely conversation, Hailey. Lovely to meet you. Wishing you the best for
You
the
too.
2026. Okay.
I'm telling you, absolutely amazing, guys. So really do appreciate that. As always, you guys have done a wonderful job. Take care. Until next time. I'm definitely going to have you two back on again.
Let's do it.
Oh, I'm down.
All right. Thank you,
Pleasure.
guys. Take care.
See you later.
Bye, bye.
Take care. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
And literally, guys, that is it from the Just Talk Black show. Really do appreciate all the calls that we've had today. Absolutely amazing show, you know. And this is what it's about. It's about, you know, as I said, the black community, hearing what they feel, coming on and expressing how they feel and helping, you know, everybody who's commented today. You've helped someone in a special way, you know, and yeah, just remember we will be back next week, Thursday, for another episode of the Just Talk Black show. You can follow me on my Instagram and stuff, and then you will know what guest is literally coming on. Let me just bring up my social media. So this is my social media, guys, where you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, WhatsApp. We are soon to be launching the website. But also, guys, if you like to be on the Just Talk Black show, that is the phone number you can call, which is 07471539533. If you've got a black-owned business, you've got a testimony, whatever you have, you know that you might have an amazing story that you want to actually share with the black community. It's a simple process. Just ring that number. I will send you out a form. Fill in that form. We get you in to do a 5-10 minute test online just to make sure your webcam is okay, and literally we'll book you in for a date and you will come on to the Just Talk Black show and you could be the next guest. So there is a couple of things I quickly just want to go through, if I can see if I can get it. I don't think maybe I can, but all right, we'll leave that to next time. You can see a Black Men's WhatsApp group there. If you scan the QR code, that will literally take you for Black Men, and that's a WhatsApp group for Black men as well. So if you scan that, but also if you scan that as well, it would take you to the myblacksolution.com WhatsApp as well, which is a black hub for black people as well, which will host many different things in it, businesses, you could search out and stuff. So that's another WhatsApp group. So you have a choice when you scan this QR code to go into the Black Men's Brotherhood WhatsApp group or the My Black Solution Hub, which is a WhatsApp group. But for the people watching, if you please can subscribe, it helps the channel to grow. I mean, we need as much support to get this channel out there, and put the likes up, get your thumbs up as well. And I just want to thank you all for participating and coming on to the Just Talk Black show.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at us, wanting love, but are we ready? We say we want forever, but we still bleeding from before. Carrying old pain, walking through a brand new door. We love with our guards up, smile but our hearts tense. Asking for commitment, but scared of what it represents. We blame the past lovers, but never check inside. Still healing from the nights we promised we were fine. We say this one feels different, but patterns don't lie. If we don't face the wounds, they follow every time.
Can we love without running? Can we stay when it's hard? Can we listen, not defend, when it's hitting the heart?
Are we truly ready for love? Or just lonely and hoping it works? Do we know how to hold each other without passing the hurt? Are we ready for love? Real love, not survival. Healing before we touch, so our love don't turn tribal.
We grew up watching struggle, called it normal, called it life. Saw love mixed with silence, saw affection mixed with fights. Strong black love deserves peace, not just chemistry and fire. It needs truth in the mirror, and growth that don't get tired. We don't talk about healing till it shows in our tone, till we argue about nothing and feel unseen at home. Love ain't proving you're right, it's choosing to understand. It's doing the inner work before you reach for a hand.
Healing is attractive, accountability too. Loving me starts with loving what's broken in. Are we truly ready for love?
Are we truly ready for
Or
love?
just scared to be alone?
Do we know?
Know how to build or just repeat what we've known? Are we ready for love? Real love rooted and strong, where healing comes first, so the love can last long. If we want better love, we gotta become better people. Healing is the doorway, love is the sequel. Thank you for watching the Just Talk Black Show.